What's going on, everyone? It's Hiro, your creative writing teacher here at the Lindsay School of the Arts. I hope everyone is well. I hope you are taking this time to not only enjoy yourself, but also to help out your family, your friends, and your neighbors as much as they need also in this time. I know it's not easy for everybody. Please know that we miss you, that we care about you, and that we are really looking forward to getting back on what we normally do. We're going to do our best to show you what a normal day in LSA may look like. Like I said, am a creative writing teacher. So today we're really just going to go over a little workshop, something that every student, no matter how old you are, can do at home. You can be, I don't know, as early as maybe 5 with the help of a parent, all the way up to adults. Feel free to watch this. Feel free to take part in it. It really teaches you things about yourself, but it also opens the door for other activities, right? We're going to talk about different information today, and you can use those things in other writings, in other poems. I like to refer to a lot of my writing as poetry. That's just because I am personally a poet. I feel like everything I write can be a poem in some way or another. If you are not a poet, you don't consider yourself a poet, but you enjoy writing, anything can be a poem, all right? So follow these steps, and hopefully at the end we'll have something cool. I like to start every class off with a warm-up, right? So I would normally give someone a topic, and then you would write. So we're gonna take 5 minutes. I don't have a watch on, but I'm gonna look at my wrist and pretend I do. And we're gonna take 5 minutes as a warm-up. And your warm-up this afternoon, I want you to take 5 minutes and just write about your emotions and your feelings that you're going through right now during this coronavirus epidemic, right? Because like 20 years from now, you're gonna look back and you're gonna have a kid, right? And your kid's gonna say, Mom, Dad, I've been in the house all day, I'm so bored. And you are gonna be able to look at that kid and be like, when I was a kid, we had to stay inside for a month. So please don't tell me you're bored. So take this time, right? And create something of art, create something dramatic, create something you maybe never have tried before. This is your opportunity to learn something new. So take 5 minutes, pause this, and I want you to just write your emotions and your feelings on everything that you're going through at this time. All right, so now we're gonna get into our workshop. I hope you took that time, you wrote a little of your emotions out, your brain is working, your hand is working. Oh, one other thing I'm gonna ask you, use your hand, right? I know everyone has one of these handy dandy cell phones, and all of you like to type all of your work. But I tell my students, something happens when you have a thought. That thought then runs down the back of your neck, down your arm, to your pen, and you write it out on a piece of paper. That is something completely different than going like this. So please, during this time, don't write on your phone. You got your phone all the time. Take out a piece of paper, take out a pen or a pencil, and use that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing I want you to do in this wonderful workshop, I want you to write down 5 things and or events that you have, big word here, that you have overcome. Now, just because I'm a writer does not mean I know how to write. I am a lefty. Try to read this. 5 things you overcome, all right? So I'm just gonna give you some examples. Like I said, at any time, please pause this. Take your time, think about it. Don't rush through these things. I'm just gonna give you a couple examples of things that I've personally gone through to help you all out a little bit. All right, so number 1, let's say, things I've overcome would be my parents' divorce. Okay, that's something happened when I was around 10, 11 years old, and that was a big, major shift in my life. So that is definitely something I can say that I've overcome. What else have I overcome? I've overcome being a parent, right? That's a challenge every day that I have to go through. I have overcome, let's say, being fired. I've been fired before, hopefully not from LSA. But I've overcome being fired. I've overcome tearing my knee in basketball in high school. We'll say tearing my knee. And those of you that may know me personally have known that I did lose a child, right? So number 5, we're gonna put the loss of my son. Okay, now these are just 5 things that I personally have overcome. Like I said, this can be for any age. So if the only thing you feel like you've overcome is getting out of bed in the morning, well shoot, getting out of bed is something to overcome every single day, right? If you say, oh, I've never overcome anything in life, well, if you're farther along than kindergarten, then you've overcome the last grade of your life, right? We've all overcame 2019 to get into 2020. So there are different things. If you're having a hard time, pause the video, go talk to your parent. Ask your mom and dad, what are some things maybe that you may not remember, or some things that you have gone through in life, and then take that time, think about it a little more. If you've only got 3, that's fine, but try to come up with 5 different reasons. Step 2, all right? We got that thing, we got 5 things we've overcome. We're gonna move right along. And I want you to write 5 places that you go to escape and or get away. Obviously this is not current because everywhere I normally go to escape is shut down except here. Right, so we're gonna put number 1 for hero is going to be LSA. That is my number 1 place to escape. This is to me the most wonderful place in the world. If I'm feeling like dancing, I can dance. If I'm feeling like writing, I can write. I can attempt to paint or draw. Or you know what, if I'm really, really lonely, I can just go talk to the peacocks. So there's always something wonderful to do here at LSA. But that is one place I go to escape. I like to also go to the beach. I like to go to open mics. I like to maybe do we'll say, I call it Oxbow. If you don't know what the Oxbow Center is, go check it out. It's like a nature trail, so we'll put nature maybe as a place to escape. And then 5, we'll put vacation, right? This is all vacation for everyone right now. Don't think of it as a lockdown. Think of it as a creative vacation for you to take time that you normally wouldn't have and do great things. So like I said, 5 places that you personally go to escape and or get away. It can be something as small as your backyard, right? It could be your bedroom. If you're older, it could be your car. It could be your friend's house. It could be your grandparents' house, right? It could be school. Whatever it is that you like to go to just unplug and get away and have some time for yourself. That's next step, all right? So pause the tape, take your time, come up with those, and we're gonna move right along. Fun part, this is my favorite. The next group of 5s we're going to do today, we're gonna write 5 emotions and or body parts that you have a hard time controlling. Right? And one of my students asked me, Miss Hero, how can you have a hard time controlling your body part? Someone ever say something to you that doesn't really make sense and you just have to control this? There you go. If you're not good at the face, that could be a thing you're hard. I'm pretty good. I can put on a smile. In my brain, I could be thinking completely, totally different, but I'd be like, understood. So, 1, me though, I have a hard time controlling my heart. Ooh, that's a big one, right? Heart. What else? I have a hard time controlling my stomach, right? When I'm upset, I either eat a lot, or sometimes when I'm really upset, I don't eat at all. Neither one of those are healthy things, right? When we're writing these, it's okay if you have something that's not a healthy behavior, right? Because these lists, they're basically showing us a reflection of ourselves, right? They're helping us look down, and in ink form, we can say, well, maybe I have a hard time dealing with my anger because when I get angry, I eat, right? And that's not a healthy way to deal with anger, right? So that will give you the opportunity to look at it and say, maybe I need to make better choices. Or you can, once you figure it out, you can say, oh man, I'm eating right now just because I'm upset, right? And that's not the proper way to deal with any issue that we have in our life. So I'm gonna continue with mine, my heart, my stomach, emotions, right? An emotion I have a hard time controlling is love, right? Because I feel like love is a huge emotion. Not that I have a hard time loving people, but like once I do love you, I may love you too much. And you may be like, yo, Hero, all that love, you need to just back it off a little bit, right? So I do have a hard time controlling love. In that, I would say maybe my energy, like my physical presence, is hard for me to control sometimes. I say things, mouth, that's 5. Mouth. You can ask people. Ask Cindy one day. Sometimes Hero just spews things out of her mouth and it doesn't make sense or it's at the wrong time, right? That's just how my brain works. My brain and my mouth, they're connected. Sometimes too fast, and I can't contemplate the thought before it comes out. But that is definitely something that I have a hard time controlling is my mouth. So these could work with you, those could completely not, right? Don't forget about your eyes, right? Your ears, you may have a hard time listening to people. You may have a hard time with your feet, right? If you're lazy and you don't like to move around and you just get upset and lay in bed all day, well then your feet may be something you are having a hard time controlling. But just think about it. Like I said, you got all the time in the world. We're not going anywhere. Everything's shut down. Pause the tape, think about it, take your time with all of these subjects. We got one more and then we're gonna get to writing. All right guys, we are almost there. Thank you all for hanging on with me. Thank you all for creating with me today. Last but not least, 5 items that have gotten you through. Right, now these could be the good times and the bad times, right? So you're gonna write 5 different things that have gotten you through your life, all right? Number 1 for me, I'm gonna put is gonna be the most recent thing, right? And that's gonna be my pen, right? Because if it wasn't for my pen, I can truly say that I would not be here standing in front of you today, that my pen is my lifeline, that my pen is my therapist, my pen is my doctor, my pen is my friend, but my pen can also be my enemy, right? So it's just learning how to control those things. Items that have gotten me through, I was gonna say music, but music's not really an item, and I want you to think of objects. Like, that's my goal with this is I want you to think of an object. If you say music, music is so many different things, right? But in order to have music, I would need either a phone or a radio. Now that's an object, right? Radio, phone. Don't just put phone if you meant music though, because a phone people use for Snapchat and Facebook and TikTok and all these other things, which is a form of getting through too. So if you use your phone for that, just be specific, right? So I'm gonna write phone and I'm gonna write music, because I really try not to scroll through Facebook and Instagram and social media when I'm out of it mentally. I actually try to do something better with my time, and scrolling can just take away hours of your day. So we're gonna put that. For Hero also, at one point in my life, basketball, right? That was my life. Basketball was my life for a long period of time. That breakup that I talked about earlier between my parents, like if it wasn't for a basketball in a gym, at that point in my life, can you do like basketball? Yeah? Yeah. So if it wasn't for a basketball at one point in my life, I would not be here today. What else? We're gonna say my car, because my car has got me through so much. Like my car is my lifeline. And last, pen, radio. We're gonna say, let's say a microphone. Again, these are all for me. This is what saves me. This is what got me through my hard times in life. Not only getting it out, but I personally like to say it to others, where other people may not want to share their writing, and that's perfectly okay. Right? I tell my writers all the time that you don't have to share your work for it to do its work in you. Right? Again, with that thought from the brain, down your arm, to the pen, to the paper, right? That is a healing process. Thinking of the thought and the pain that you have, and then physically coming to the conclusion that you have to write it and get it out of your body. Even if you never share it with anyone, you are doing something for yourself. So please continue to write, get it out of you. Don't keep it bottled up inside, because that's only gonna lead to more problems down the road. With our 5 items here, we have everything concluded to get to our writing process. So again, we started off with 5 things we've overcome. Then we went to 5 places to escape. We did 5 emotions that are hard to control. And then we ended it off with 5 items that have gotten you through. Boom. So in front of you right now, you should have 5, 10, 15, 20 different poems. You're gonna write 20 poems right now. Pause, go. No, I'm joking, right? So you have an idea of 20 different poems, But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna concentrate on this, right? And I want you to pick one item that has gotten you through all these other things in your life, right? And your job today is to write a thank you letter to your item for getting you through whatever it's gotten you through. All right, so you're gonna pause this, you're gonna think about your items, you're gonna think really hard on what you wanna say thank you for. Now mind you, even if it's something negative, right? Like if I picked that I had a hard time controlling my anger and that the item that has got me through things is fists, you can thank your fists for getting you through what they did, but I also want you to tell your fists that you don't need your fists anymore in the capacity that your fists have been used, right? So even if you choose something negative, make something positive out of it. All right, so me personally, I'm not gonna stand before you and write you a whole poem right here, but what I will do is I will give you a poem about my car, right? Because my car has got me through, and maybe it'll get someone else through what they've been through if you hear it too. All right, so this is my thank you letter to my car for getting me through everything that has gotten me through. If you've ever had an old car, hopefully you will take something out of this. And if you do, after you watch this and you take something from this car poem, do me a favor and upload it and tag us at Lindsay School of the Arts, right? Anybody that writes anything from this class, upload it, send it to the Lindsay School of the Arts, tag us, and let us know that our classes are reaching you wherever you may be and are inspiring you in some way. All of us here at LSA would love to hear that. So I hope you enjoy this. So every morning is the same routine. I hold my breath until my car starts. Well, these days it usually takes her a few tries to get going. Turning over isn't always so easy anymore. She has driven over 200,000 miles. I have wandered for over 200,000 hours. We've both broken down on many occasions, but she relies on me to keep her going. Sometimes I think it's the other way around. Have you ever realized how a driver's seat holds you like a pair of arms? Have you ever taken full advantage of a headrest? Have you ever pulled your seatbelt so tight it felt like a hug? You know, my car has seen me cry more times than people. My car is my salvation of solitude right outside my door. Her doors, they're heavy and hard to open now. They used to swing so easily, all it took was a touch. She would open up and I would let anyone in who was down for a ride. It hurts to say, but sometimes I even let strangers inside. I never thought about the long-term body damage, her interior, but it will never fully be clean again. No matter how hard I scrub, some stains always stay. During the day, she's easy to drive. She doesn't do too well at night. All of her inner lights have gone out, and I was never properly taught how to navigate through darkness. Most days, I don't know if I'm moving in forward or reverse. All I know is when it rains, it pours, and my windshield wipers stopped working months ago. Life's been blurry ever since. I don't know how much more damage this body can take. There are only so many more car parts that can still be replaced. She's breaking down on me. I mean, what if she isn't as machine as I thought? And I know cars don't last forever, but without her, my world stops. And to be honest, well, lately I've been thinking maybe we should both go out together. Driving full speed ahead in no particular direction. Some days I want to get lost. The other night, she started up on the first try. And I sat in my driver's seat and I started to cry. I reversed out of the driveway without my lights on. I drove to the highway without my seatbelt on. I rolled my windows down, I turned my music up, and I put the weight of the world on my gas pedal. I pressed cruise, I lost control, but for once I dared God to drive. She didn't respond, but my check engine light came on, and maybe that's a sign from her. We don't deserve to go out this way, accidentally broken beyond repair. I mean, even if I break down here and there, I still deserve to drive, and today I may be on empty. But where I come from, there's a gas station around every corner, no matter what direction you're traveling. If I can just get there, I know I'll be full again. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Creative Writing with Hero, and let me know what y'all think about it. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Stay safe be healthy, and we'll see you again soon.